The false card you have your past is the Fool. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. This is very, very clear right away. It's really standing out, coming out really clearly. There's someone you love. You really, really love this person. You really care about them. They're a little bit like this Fool, actually. Now, it might be a love connection, it might not, because I'm seeing a lot of innocent love here, if that makes sense. It's definitely love, but it has a very innocent feel to it. This is a very complex person. They might be a little bit childlike, like the Fool is. I think they're ahead in other ways, though. I think they're childlike in some ways, but they're very, very far ahead in other ways. Very, very smart, a little bit misunderstood. Yeah, they're smart. They can be a bit naive as well. That's what I'm seeing. Now, what's happened is, I think they're around someone else right now, or they were at this time. I think they probably still are. I don't know. Whoever this is that they're around, they're just not very good for them. They're just not very good for them. I can't say that in any other way. That's what I'm seeing. So they're around someone who's not very good. Not a good influence on them. Yeah, I think they might have drifted away from you, moved away from you, and yeah, they're drifting away from you and toward them. That's what I'm seeing. It happened gradually, I think, but it definitely happened. Now, you are really, really feeling this. The way I'm feeling is, it's almost like there's a piece that's missing. And yeah, I hate to say this, but there's some trouble around them, emotional trouble, emotional problems. So I think someone might be promising them something, actually, this person they're around, maybe. And they want to believe what they're saying. They want to believe this person. Things are going to change. The energy is going to change between these two people. It's going to take time for that to change, but it will change. At the moment, I think they're probably in this little bubble. I'm getting this, oh, I'm so happy. I want things to stay the way they are. I'm really happy the way they are. So, they're in this little bubble, and what they're feeling, I don't think has a lot to do with real life. It's like, oh, I'm in love, I'm so happy, this is so fantastic, So that can't last forever. So it is going to change. And I think, if you talk to them now, I think if you tried to talk them out of this or whatever, or warn them, I don't think it'd work, because they're in this kind of fantasy bubble. They're very happy. And yeah, it's like being head over heels in love with someone. You can't see any wrong with them. So I think that's how it is. Again, they are going to be able to see this. They're going to be able to see things as they actually are in time. Because if you look at the sun on this card in the corner, we can just see a quarter of the sun. We can't see the whole sun. And, the sun can be about things being revealed, light being shed on things. So they haven't seen everything yet. They don't know everything about this person yet. They haven't come to reality yet. They will, but that's going to take time. Yeah, I'm getting this big feeling of protection around this as well. It feels as if you want to protect this person. And yeah, it's really, really hard, because you can't do that. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, I really feel for you if this resonates for you. It's almost like it's breaking your heart. I'm really feeling this. It's very, very sad. All I can say is things are going to change. They really are. And they'll realise this in time. That's all I can really say right now. Just know that. Just keep that in your mind. When you're feeling really down, just think, no, they will see this eventually. They really will. And they will. I can see that. All right. So the next card you have your past is the Seven of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of battling here. I think you're probably going through a lot of internal battles around this, because yeah, you wanted to protect them. I'm getting this. I want to protect them. I want to save them. Yeah, that's a really, really strong feeling. Yeah, if this is all making sense to you, I feel as if I need to tell you this, because I'm really seeing this so clearly. There's nothing you could have done to stop them. None of this is your fault. I have to tell you this. Yeah, it feels really heavy. It feels like blame. It's like, what could I have done to prevent this? Don't do this if this is how you're feeling. Don't blame yourself. They're going to learn a lot from this. They're going to come out of this. And they might not be quite as outgoing as they used to be. They're probably not going to be as fool-like as they were before, if that makes sense. And yeah, that's a bit sad because I don't like people losing their childlike personalities, and they're not going to lose their whole personality, but they are going to be a bit different. They're going to be a bit wiser. Just know that they are physically safe. I have to tell you that it's emotional troubles that they have. But when this all starts to break down, they might have a lot of emotional problems that they're going to have to work through. And yeah, that's when you can step in. You can step in and help them if that's what you want to do. And I'm saying if because right now I think your strongest urge is probably to help them, and that might change as time goes on. You might say, oh no, that will never change, but things can change, circumstances can change, but all I can see is they will come out of this, they will need help, and you'll be able to step up and help them if that's what you want to do. Okay, so the last card you have your past is strength. Yeah, so yeah, here's this internal battle. Yeah, you've really had to battle to not show your emotions, I think, to the outside world. It's been a real struggle for you. I'm not saying you're putting up a front or you're fake or whatever. It's just that, we all have work to do. We have to live our daily lives, and we can't always be showing our inner selves all the time to everyone. The world just doesn't work like that. So you've had to kind of keep a lot to yourself. Yeah, so you've been doing that, and you've been doing really well, actually. And when you have these weaker moments, when you're exhausted, when you feel as if you can't even get out of bed, sometimes it can be that bad, I think. You don't feel like talking to people or whatever. Just remember who you are. I think that's what this message is about for you. You're the lion, you're strong, and you'll be like this forever. Your core is very strong. It's not going away. There's an infinity symbol above this woman's head. So you're going to come out of this, you're going to get strong again, you're going to feel strong again. And I know you care about them because I can see that in this card as well. Look at the way this woman's caring for this lion. You can't help them right now, but you'll be able to in the future. I'm seeing that really clearly. In the meantime, you're just going to have to give this care to yourself. Just try and give that to yourself. Love yourself. And I think that's what's going to give you the strength to get through this, if that's something you can do. But try to do that. Try to do this, I should say. Take care of yourself. Do nice things for yourself. And, if you don't feel like being around people sometimes, you don't have to. Don't force yourself. Do what you need to do. Care for yourself. Take care of yourself. That's what's in that card. And also, know your strength. Know how strong you are. And recognize that. Okay, so the first card you have your present is the Nine of Wands. Yeah, you're not feeling your true self. I'm getting that again here. That's why you're getting this. Know how strong you are. Just remember how strong you are. It's kind of coming up again in this card. You're not feeling your true self. Usually you're kind of up front. You show your strength. You don't mind being a leader. You don't mind putting yourself out there. But I think at the moment, I'm just getting this feeling of wanting to kind of blend in a bit, even hide, like this man's kind of blending in with these wands. So, yeah, I think a lot of different things are making you feel like that. I think generally you're just tired anyway. That's kind of underpinning this whole thing. You're worrying about this person. You are going to bounce back, but in the meantime, you're probably thinking something like, oh, I just want to rest, I just want to be in the background for a while. You're going to get this energy back. And if you feel like this right now, if you don't want to talk to anyone, if you want to be by yourself, that's absolutely fine. You go and do that. You won't be like this forever. So just follow your instincts and you do what you feel that you need to do. The other thing is, there's this feeling of drifting away from someone. I don't think this is this person in the Fool card. This is someone with a completely different personality. I think you used to be around them. This is someone with a very big, strong personality, I think. You used to talk to this person a lot. I think maybe you saw them as a little bit of a mentor, actually. Not in the classic sense. I don't think they helped you directly. I don't think they came to you and said, oh, this is what you do, let me help you. It's not like that. I think it was like you were around them, you're spending time with them, and you're watching what they were doing, and you're kind of saying, oh, I want to be like that. I just think, oh, I might do something like that. How inspiring. That's kind of what I'm seeing. You weren't copying them. It was like, oh, they really inspire me. So how can I do something like this? It's Very, very positive, very nice. But what happened is, I think you're using that now. I think you're using what you learned from them now. It was very, very positive for you at one stage, this connection, but I think they changed in some way, and you didn't like what they changed into. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, you drifted away from them. I think you still feel as if you owe them a lot in terms of what you've learned from them, but just, it's okay that you've drifted away from them. I think that's absolutely fine. Again, this is you following your instincts, and that's always the right thing to do. Keep on going in the same direction with what you've learned, though. I think if this is a work thing, or if this is something like that, keep on going. I think you're doing a lot of hard work in this thing. I can see that. You're on the right path. Keep on going. You'll get there. There's a lot of determination here, and you might be feeling a bit tired recently, I think, but rest when you need to, but don't give up. Definitely don't give up on this. Okay, the next card you have your presence, the Chariot. Okay, so I'm looking at both of these together, the Nine of Wands and the Chariot. So there's determination in both of these cards. There's also protection here, a need to protect yourself. So there's this kind of barrier of wands that this man's kind of hiding behind a bit. And in this card, there's a kind of a box around this man, kind of protecting him. So he's protected all the way around. So, okay, I'll try and articulate this. I hope it doesn't sound too strange. I hope it makes sense to you. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. It feels like you're kind of in between two different worlds right now, two different lives almost. It kind of feels like there's one side of you, and some people know who you are as this particular thing, and then there's another side who knows you as a different thing. Now, I'm not saying you're being sneaky or secretive, or that you're kind of two-faced, or it's not like that. It's kind of just like, okay, I'm how I originally was, where I was brought up, and I was brought up in this way, and I did this, and now I've gone into this other interest. It's like a spiritual side, or it's a new belief system. It's something like that. And the first lot of people don't know the second kind of thing that you're doing. And it feels kind of like, oh, they'll never understand, they'll never understand this. I'll just keep it to myself. That's what I'm getting. That's how you're feeling about certain people. So it's not sneakiness. It's just kind of like, oh, I know they won't understand, so I'm just kind of not going to share that with them. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, it's some kind of spiritual thing or belief thing. You've changed your beliefs. It's something like that. Now, yeah, I think you might just be sitting on this until you decide what to do about this, whether you're going to tell them or what you're going to say and all of that. And I think you're right to hold on to this right now and not say anything, because for one, I'm seeing that you're very, very tired. You're stressed as well. You're worried about this person. So you've got a lot of things going on. And I don't think it's the right time to open up about this right now, if that's what you want to do. You don't have to at all. But I think the right time to open up would be when you're at your strongest mentally and emotionally. And this isn't the time, obviously. So I don't think these two worlds will ever totally merge 100%. But I think you are going to eventually get to a place where you'll feel a lot more balanced between the two and more comfortable and more content with some of this merging. So it is going to happen sometime. They are going to kind of come together at some time. Not totally, but more than it is now. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that makes sense to you. I know that's a little bit abstract. Okay, so the last card you have your presence, the Two of Swords. Yeah, again, it feels as if you don't think these two worlds, these two groups are compatible at all. Look at these two swords. One's right up one end and the other one's right up the other way. So, I'm just seeing you being around certain people and you're just not talking about this new thing or this idea. And it's a big part of you. And so it's like, it kind of feels as if, oh, I have to kind of hide this big part of me. You don't have to, but I think in time you will talk to them. You'll open up a bit more. You'll be more comfortable about that. And you might lose some people when you do that. And that might be one of the things you're a bit worried about as well. But I actually think you might be underestimating some of these people, not all of them, but there's one specific person who's probably a lot more open-minded than you think. You know, you think you know all about this person, but I think there's a lot that you don't know. And yeah, I think you'll find that out when you're ready to open up. I think what's going to happen is you're going to open up a little bit, and they'll come forward and they'll say, oh, that's really interesting. They'll be really open about it, and they'll start to tell you their beliefs, which are actually quite similar. So I think this is going to really surprise you. I'm just looking at this crescent moon, and you know, it's not a full moon, so you don't know everything about them yet, and they don't know everything about you yet. But I think you're both going to kind of surprise each other. And then when you do, these swords are going to rise up, and they're going to kind of meet a lot more in the middle or further along than they are now. So you'll get a lot closer to this person. That's what I'm seeing in that card. Really, really nice. But don't stress about any of this now. It's going to happen when you're ready. And don't push this. And if you don't want this to happen, it doesn't have to as well. It's all completely up to you, of course. Okay, so the first card you have for your future is the Page of Cups. So yeah, this looks very light, it's very bright, very easy, a little bit fun. You know, he's on the beach and he's kind of fun and funny. So yeah, there's a lot of heaviness that's been in this reading. It's being lifted now, feels a lot lighter to me now. So yeah, this is what I'm seeing. Someone's coming towards you. They're coming to talk to you. It feels like not an apology, but it's kind of like, okay, let's put this all behind us. Let's just enjoy our time together. Let's just get to know each other again. That's what I'm seeing. So I think you've had some little clashes with this person, but nothing major. I think you might have missed out on a big clash that was about to happen, and then you kind of saw this coming and you kind of avoided them, or they avoided you. Something like that happened, I think. But you missed out on the big thing. That's kind of what I'm seeing. But nothing too bad's happened behind you, but you did kind of drift apart a bit. It's not this person in the Chariot. No, sorry, the Nine of Wands. This is another person again. So yeah, there is a little bit of caution around this, and I think you're just going to be feeling a little bit cautious. It's like, should I do this or not? I don't know. But to me, this is looking really positive. That's all I can tell you. Eventually, I think you will probably grow together if this is what you decide to do. It's going to start off really light chat, nothing deep. I think it'll probably gradually grow into something deeper, a deeper connection, if that's what you want. It has the potential to grow into a really, really strong connection. Very, very slowly, very, very gradually. That's what I'm seeing. Again, this is your choice. But it is going to come up for you. This choice is going to come up in front of you. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, the next card you have for your future is the Four of Swords. Yeah, you're going to think about this very carefully. You're actually quite a deep thinker. A lot of people don't see that about you. They see this great big bold leader and all of that, but you're a very deep thinker, and you like to have a lot of time to yourself as well. You put a lot of thought into things. So yeah, this is one of the reasons why it's going to take a long time. I think in the beginning it feels very surface level, a bit superficial, and I think you're dealing with a lot emotionally as well. So a lot of this is going to take time. I think you've been burned by a lot of people, hurt by a lot of people. You've seen other people who have been hurt as well, like this person in the Fool card. So you've got all that on your mind. You've got this tiredness as well. So it's all going to take a long time before you decide what to do. Yeah, if you're struggling with this decision right now, take your time, take as long as you need. That's absolutely fine. It is going to take time to develop anyway if you do decide to say yes to this. But I am seeing positivity around this, I have to say. I'm not seeing negativity here. I have to tell you that. Okay, so the last card you have for your future is the Page of Wands. Okay, so I'm just looking at these two pages. Yeah, this person who's coming back, I think they might be younger than you. Pages are younger, or they might not be quite as mature as you, might be that. And they do look up to you, like this page is looking up to the top of this wand. There's passion on their mind as well, so they are very attracted to you. So this is a potential love connection, and there's kind of, there's passion there as well, with this little feather he has in his hat. They're not all that sure of themselves. there's still a lot of hesitation, and it's going to come from both sides actually. It's coming from them and it's coming from you for different reasons. But yeah, they are going to come forward, they are going to talk to you, they're quite optimistic. They do have a little bit of a worry on their mind as to whether they're quite up to you, up to your standards, if that makes sense. But it's not going to stop them, they're going to come forward anyway. And if this does develop, it's going to be very slow. But yeah, you're going to sit on this decision, I think, for a while and kind of make up your mind. And even if you do make up your mind to say yes to this, it is going to develop very, very, very slowly.